So today we wanted to discuss the Elite Dominance weekend that's coming up on the 21st and 22nd of October. So we're going to be doing 2 days.
Yeah.
Saturday, Obey Angelina is taking over. She's taking over the whole studio to show you all how to do lots of things.
Content, predominantly.
Absolutely, and the way to do it properly.
Yeah, so on the Saturday we're going to go through filming, and particularly filming lots of POVs, because in order to be successful online, I think that you do need to film quite a lot of solo clips. So at the first part of the day, you're going to watch me do some setup, and I'm going to film a clip in front of you, so you're going to see exactly how I set up, exactly how I film a clip, and then afterwards I'm going to break it down for you in terms of filming ideas, where I get them from. I'm going to give you at least about 40 different filming ideas that you can take away and have a go at. And also we're going to go through structure and how to structure clips so that you don't kind of fumble your words halfway through. So you'll have a clear structure plan to take away with you to make POV filming a lot easier.
I'm excited to see that. I know I'm going to learn a lot from that. It's always an area that I've been a little bit nervous of. So for you, I mean, how many clips do you think you've done?
Probably about 1,000.
Yeah.
I reckon. And it's really good because you'll then have them in your vault to use whenever and however that you want. It's just getting comfortable with filming that many clips and making them all sound different, I think. For sure.
And then how to split them up as well. So obviously you're big on Instagram, you're big on Twitter, there's OnlyFans, there's lots of these different platforms, but they all need different kind of ways of editing and post-production and length and
different types of previews that do well on different platforms. Yeah. And so then the second part of the day as well, we're going to put that into action. So there's 9 rooms, themed rooms here at Celestial Studios. So we're going to split into really small groups. We're going to go to each room. We're going to practice doing some POVs or some other type of films if you want, with some willing participants that we've got. So pretty much anything that you want to film, we can provide some help to film. And then we're going to come round. If you want to jump in a clip with either one of us, we can also do that. Or we can actually watch you, give you some feedback on how you're filming, whether that be angles, things to say, things to slightly do differently, or if there's a particular type of clip that you struggle filming, we can help with that. So just lots of feedback, really.
And also for the people who are kind of quite big in their own right, but they just want to come, they want to see what's going on, they want to meet you, they want to meet me, they want to meet the other girls, and boys. You know, I think we're going to maybe have a couple of guys, male doms coming as well.
Yeah, cool.
Then, you know, if you feel like you don't particularly want the feedback, or you just want to come and you want to use the rooms, that's also an option, isn't it?
For sure. And because the rooms are like £50 to £55 an hour to hire anyway, so you're getting your value from it. If we think that it's £150 a day, if you filmed 3 clips in 3 different rooms, you're getting your money's worth anyway. You're taking them clips away, and you'll sell them on for God knows how much, and make a lot of profit from that, and also get whatever you want from the day, which is good.
I mean, whereas Angelina's got the POV down nailed, I feel like I can help in some ways with the kind of longer videos, with the videos with other participants, which can also be, I tend to split them. Some of them I put on OF, some of them I put on C4S, some of them I put on I Want clips, and I can kind of go around and help with that kind of thing if I'm needed, or if I just had to be a horny model, I can be a horny model. I can put a hood on. So
it's important we can do both types of filming as well, which is good.
I think so.
Because there's other clips that I really like to do as well. As POVs, which you can also do, so
and the market, it is changing a little bit by bit, so obviously OF is becoming tighter and tighter and tighter with what you can and you can't put on there. So it's also about finding different ways to get across what you want, or different platforms that can show your prowess on those, you know. So I've had to set up a Telegram channel to sell the stuff that is too extreme to sell elsewhere.
For sure.
So we could maybe discuss that as well, and if anybody wants.
And that's a really good point actually, because it is becoming so much tighter. that is even more reason why you need to broaden the type of clips that you're filming, and sometimes the solo clips that you're filming, because it's getting to a point where it's easier to film solo clips, and if you've got a lot of them, it's easier for you to sell them. And then also a lot of the people who are buying the clips don't sometimes like to see the participants in the clips and actually prefer just you doing solo clips. So there's a lot of good reason to be doing that. Especially now with it becoming tighter, like you said. Yeah,
I mean, I'm having to totally change my structure at the moment, so I'm really looking forward to your day, because what tends to happen with me sometimes is I get all ready, and then if I don't have somebody there to vibe off, and it's me and the camera, I freeze. Even though if there was somebody there, then I just kind of have this thing, whereas I know that at the end of your day, I'll feel like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is my structure, I've got my scripts here, I know what I'm doing. So, you know, I know how infinitely valuable it's going to be. I'm excited.
And you're right, you know, because I think a lot of people find it awkward.
Yeah.
You know, you film solo clips, so some people can be really great at doing your sessions, like you love doing sessions, but they've got someone to vibe off, even if that is a client. But when you're standing there on your own, doing it at home, or wherever you're doing it, and you have to just reel off a load of speech, it can become boring, you can feel like you're repeating yourself, you can feel like you're not good enough. So it's really important to get your structure right, your planning days right, and get some good clips out your solo content days. And also to know how to split them as well. You know, I see your stuff on Insta and I'm like, that's probably a lot. It's probably from a longer clip where you've just kind of done 10 or 15 seconds of showing off the outfit, and actually bang, you know, that's something that's then going to get you loads more kind of attention on the other platform, because you're on Insta and it's suitable for work. You can crop little tiny bits to put on there. I'm excited.
So then on Sunday, we're going to talk about more about kind of appointments. So when people come for appointments, how you need to be ready, and various skill sets which people over the years have come to me and said, can I have a bit of private tuition in this? Can I have a bit of private tuition in electrics? Can I learn a little bit about single tails? And how to kind of utilise that, and how to use your time. You know, I've spoken to some people at the last ED conference, and they were saying they feel like they get bored quite quickly. Like, how could you do a 4 or 5 hour appointment? So I want to go through that, but in a kind of sweet shop way, where there's lots of different activities that you can do, but they all can be connected, and it's about flow, and it's about feeling confident. So if you wanted to come and session here, or if you wanted to go and, you know, if you were going to London for a weekend and you got an appointment for 4 or 6 hours, what would you pack? How would you structure that appointment? How would you make the maximum use of the time, make sure that everybody's enjoying themselves, but equally you don't feel like 2 hours in and I don't know what to do now.
Exactly. And you've got invaluable experience now. You've been doing that for how many years now? 10 years?
I think so,
No, seriously, but that's invaluable experience, because there's some sessions that I've never done, and I will come to you, and you know I do, and I ask you how to fill my time for a longer session, because I won't have experience in them 5 to... I know that you've done 2-day sessions.
4 actually.
4. See what I mean? And that is difficult for someone who's never done it before. Regardless of how experienced you are, it doesn't matter. That type of experience is invaluable. And when somebody comes to make those type of bookings, which are hugely profitable, you need to know how to plan and get the most out of the session.
And get the appointments to repeat.
Yes, which is another thing that you're great at, isn't it? You don't like to take compliments, but
and I think for me, I want, what I would like is for everybody to leave feeling like they have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and they're also feeling inspired to want to do more. So for example, leather suspension, rope suspension, these things, there's so much detail and there's so much skill involved and there's so much enjoyment to be had with them. But there's safety elements of it too, and I think that a lot of people that I've met, they think, do you know, I'm just going to avoid that piece of equipment because what if it breaks, or I don't know if I'm using it properly, or I don't know. And then you've got somebody there in front of you and you feel extra kind of this is going to be right.
I agree.
So I'm not going to do that, and I want people to feel like, okay, do you know what? I can do that in my sleep now. That's totally cool. I know what to check for. I know where I'm going. I know what the flow is going to look like. Going from standing to sitting to lying down, back to sitting. Things you've got to be aware of if you're using certain equipment, if you're using certain positions, hands over the head. But something else I want to mention is that actually we both come across as very stern,
aggressive.
Yeah. But neither of us are.
No, not all the time.
No.
In the right environment we are.
Yeah.
And we know how to switch it on and off.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah. But hopefully we can get some of the ladies that came to the last ED conference to back us up here and say that we just had a laugh the whole weekend last time.
Yeah.
You know, we learned a lot. And actually, I think the last ED conference, the feedback that we got from it was that maybe there was too much information.
Yeah, so much.
And it was great for, you know, but people had got, you know, I don't know, 10 or 15 pages worth of really valuable information. But it's like, where do we start? How do we put that into
practice?
Yeah. You but equally so, you had feedback saying, you know, people have kind of quintupled their income and quadrupled their income and learned so much about how to do things. I've had people say that they feel a lot more confident, or they've just got like a little snippet. And that snippet, that phrase that I said to them is something that resounds in their mind when they're doing a session. And it's really helped them to kind of feel more confident.
But I think that's key, isn't it? Because regardless of what you want out of it, at some point within that weekend, it's not even just the 6 hours of tuition that you get on the day. We continue speaking on the night where we go out most of the time. So there will be a point, whether it's myself that you want advice of on your income or your online income or filming, you can get that advice. You will get probably half an hour free with me if you grab me at some point in the day. And it'll be the same with you. Even if it's on the night time, we had people last time come up to us and was like, oh, can I ask you this? I missed asking this today. So you will get what you want out of it, even if the topics you're reading through and thinking, oh, I don't know, or I don't know how much I get out of this day or that day. You will get enough out of it by pulling one of us for something. And whether that be for online or whether it will be for a real-time session. I think everyone's got something to learn. I come to you all the time.
Well, and actually, you know, you're being quite humble here because there are other ladies that come and see you.
Yeah.
And that, you know, they pay a hefty fee for tuition because it's worth it. So what they're paying for an hour is actually more than what this conference is for a full day, right?
Exactly that.
So...
But that's where I think there's certain people that will think that if you're of a certain level and I can earn a certain amount of money, but I don't think I'm of a level where I can't learn anything. Do you know what I mean? Because there's certain things that I don't do, and no one dom can do everything and hasn't got experience in everything. So I always think that there is something to learn. So even though you can come to me for online tuition and whatever else, there's certain aspects that I've never done sessions in. So I'm really open to learning. I think that's what makes you a great dom.
100%. Same here. Same here. I'm going down to see Mistress Jane on Monday, and we do duo sessions, and she's been doing this, I don't know, 30 years, but her knowledge on certain aspects, it's just groundbreaking, and she'll tell me something, or she'll show me something, and I'm like, I'm going to take that away. I might have to buy one of those, might have to invest in this, and also, the other side of it that I found really nice is that last time it was a bunch of girls coming together with no ego, with no arrogance, with no... just to discuss, to learn, to have a laugh, to better themselves, and we're all at different levels, and it's not about, oh, how much do you make, or how many clips have you done, or any of that kind of stuff. What it's fundamentally about is everybody was chiming in and going, because we had people that came that probably knew more than us in certain fields.
Yeah, for sure.
And they'd be like, oh, I want to offer this piece of information. You know, we love all that.
Yeah, and that's the important thing, isn't it? Because it's a good female, awesome empowerment event. Because you're meeting a load of ladies in a similar profession, like you say, no ego. And also people, and this is rare sometimes, not just in this industry, but the wider industry, not always do people want to share knowledge or help you make more money, whether that be in sessions or online. That doesn't happen very often. So I just feel like when you get those opportunities, you should really grasp them.
Definitely.
Because like 300 quid, that can be like 2-3 sessions for some people, or 1 session for some people when you work up to a certain level. So you will make that back for sure, for sure. So 100% worth it.
So we look forward to seeing you on the 21st and 22nd of October. Thanks for listening, guys. Cheers.